I'm here. Let's give a little bit of time here before I do start. That wasn't a good sign. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. My headphone came apart for somehow. They're actually a pretty old pair, but they work really well, so who am I to complain on that end? Gonna wait for a little bit. I don't know who exactly will be showing up here today, but that's alright. So I have now beaten Xenoblade Definitive Edition. That was a real fun time. That was a real good game. Always still is. And I have decided I want to start the extra content in the game, which is its own separate menu. So you don't even have to beat the game to access it. But I haven't touched it yet, and I thought it would be a fun time to do on stream. I will say I was not keeping up with anything for like the release of this, so I actually don't have any idea of what exactly Future Connected is as far as like story related goes. I know it's got a couple characters. I know Shulk and Melia are characters, but other than that, I really don't know. I don't know anything else about Future Connected. You can watch the people on the dock. So whenever you do beat the game, you do get the New Game Plus option, where you can start with a whole bunch of new stuff, or a whole bunch of stuff carried over from your previous playthrough. But I think I'll just kind of go into this. Extra story. Now, if I take any Switch screenshots, oh well, that's me. I'm gonna be doing that, even though I am streaming this. Ooh. Like I said, I know nothing about what this is. Let me just check a couple options real quick. I will be using the Japanese language for voice, like I did with my previous other playthrough here. Okay, everything else just kind of carries over. Good. Okay. I'm just gonna sit back and let it happen.
特に何を見ていたというわけではないが、強いて言うならこれから先私たちを待ち受ける未来かな。
あった。メリア、コート赤モートが見えたよ。
わかった。そっちに向かう。
No.
助かったみたいだね。
そうだな。しかし一体何が。
突然だったから僕もよく見えなかったんだけど、コートがチカチカっとしたと思ったら黒いビームが伸びてきたんだ。
黒いビーム。コートの新たな防衛機構かもしれないな。ジャンクス飛べるのか。
いくつか破損しているパーツがあるから新しいものに交換しないと無理だね。
そうか。
大丈夫。パーツは特殊なものじゃないからコートなら手に入るよ。
そなたは短絡的で良いな。この先何が起きるかわからないというのに。
こんなこともあろうかとこいつを持ってきてよかったよ。
姉ちゃん、右から来るもん。右は任せるもん。ひなは左をやるもん。分かったもん。
今の声は。
あれはキノとネネじゃないか。なんでこんなところに。
シルク、助けに行くぞ。
ああ。
Hey, yo, it's Polly. Hey, Polly. Uh-oh. Oh. You've, just in time for the gameplay stuff. Now that the, big spoiler stuff's away. But you probably know all about stuff in here anyway. So we are looking at, Xenoblade, Definitive Edition's, Future Connected chapter that was included here. I've not touched this at all yet, so this is all new to me. I don't know anything about it. So... let's see how we're gonna do here. So, gameplay differences. Instead of chain attacks, you will unlock an all-new system for performing all-out attacks. Uh-oh. Still require the gauge to revive fallen allies. Uh-oh. Shulk has lost his power to see visions. More caution. Uh-oh. Some allies will battle in ways not present before. The skill tree system has been removed. Uh-oh. Alright. I guess we're getting into the deep end of this. Oh, shoot. So we start at level 60. Okay. And we're pretty much... Okay, we're still pretty much here. And nothing really to do there. Okay. Okay. And then Shulk still has all of his stuff and a couple other things. His Eater. And armor. Shield, speed, purge, cyclone, ear, and armor. Okay. No more enchant. Okay. That makes sense. I guess it's a test run. See, I'm very good at video games. I died in the first encounter. Okay. You can tell I just beat this game yesterday. Actually, to be fair, I have not played as Melee in a while, though I could switch to Shulk. I think I'll use Melee for a bit. We're gonna try that again. Just to see what happens. There we go. See, I remember how to do things now. Alright. Hey look, Polly, it's your favorite. It's no pun. I kind of hope they're one party member. That sounds amazing. Oh no, they're two party members. So okay, it's a Pokemon reaction. I can see that from you. I I will admit, on the final boss, I used Ricky on the final boss, and when I played the game last night and beat it, yeah, it turns out Ricky is very, 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 very good with the final boss. So this new battle theme's rad. Fires are good. Very good.
よく頑張ったもん、
昨日もネネもすごいね。まるでラインやカルナと一緒に戦っているみたいだったよ。
そうだな。さすがは勇者力の子供というところか。怪我はないか、キノ。
ごめんなさいですもん。昨日は人見知りなんですもん。
人見知り。そうだったのか。
もう悪気はないんですもん。
ここにいたらまた襲われるかもしれない。どこか安全なところに移動しよう。
そうだな。ネネとキノも良いか。
もちろんですもん。
Plenty acceptable.
よし、じゃあ行こう。ここなら見通しもいいし、一休みできそうだ。
そなたたち、なぜあんなところにいたのだ。いや、そもそもどうやってここに来たのだ。
それは
メリア、この子たちきっとジャンクスに乗ってたんだよ。
なんだと。
They sneak onto junks?
それは本当か、シュルク。
二つの位置関係を考えれば信憑性は高いと思う。
コートが巨神方に。
だから
なるほど。それでジャンクスの出番というわけか。気遣い感謝する。だがザンザがいなくなり平和になったとはいえ、復興は道半ば。なすべきことは多いのだぞ。
それは分かっているよ。メリアがそのために毎日頑張っているのも知ってる。
それならばなぜ。
もし巨神方にコートがあって住んでいる人がいるなら、メリアは会いたくない？
シュルク、そなた。
行って帰ってくるだけなら半日もかからないよ。
No pun.
昨日ちゃんと説明するもん。たまたま取り かかったら声が聞こえてきただけも。嘘はダメも。ねえねえ、昨日ずっと見てたもん。シュルクさんの後についていって盗み見していたもん。もも、姉ちゃんも昨日ずっと盗み見してたもん。
やっぱりそれで乗り込んだのか。でもどうして？
昨日は父ちゃんのような立派な勇者を目指しているですもん。
それはリキも喜んでいるだろうな。だがなぜそれが乗り込むことにつながるのだ。
困っている人をいっぱい助けるもん。そうしたらいっぱいお友達できるもん。立派な勇者にはお友達がいっぱいいるんだもんって父ちゃんが言ってたですもん。
なるほど、それで乗り込んだのか。
ごめんなさいですもん。
Many, many sorries. That could be worse. I could be playing with the English dub.
姉ちゃん
Actually, I haven't heard what it sounds like at all.
叱らないでほしいもん。キノが悪いもん。キノ、ごめんなさいもん。恩返ししたかったもん。一人だったキノを育ててくれた父ちゃんと。
一人だった。
そうですもん。父ちゃんがある日突然連れてきた弟だもんって。そんなキノみんな何も言わず受け入れてくれたもん。キノとっても嬉しかったもん。だから早く立派な勇者になって恩返ししたかったんだもん。ごめんなさいもん。
キノ、そなたは偉いな。それに立派な志も持っている。リキもオカもそなたを誇りに思っているだろうな。
うん、そうだ。僕とメリアも今困っているからぜひ手伝ってよ。
本当も？
ああ、
しょうがない。そこまで言うならシュルクとメリアちゃんをキノのお供にしてやるもん。キノ、お供じゃなくてお友達も。
Okay, I gotta admit, the mix there of Ricky's theme in that was really, really good.
さて、ジャンクスの修理パーツを探しにコートに行くとするか。
ああ、それな。ちょっと離れちゃうけどあっちの岬に行って。
なぜだ。
メリアが言っていた防衛機構っていうのが。
また攻撃される恐れがある。
うん、
確かに公庫の憂いは少ない方が良いからな。そうしよ
う。よし、決まり。
勇者キノの冒険始まりも。
Oh, good news. We get 2 Nopon. Well, I think I will switch to Shulk. Hey, Raven. Yes, you signed in on the, you got in here on the Nopon. Just to give you a little bit of what we're doing here. We're doing the, this is the Xenoblade Definitive Edition added content that we're doing here. So, I've not looked at this at all. Now that I've beaten the game, I've decided to go ahead and just go into it. And, see what we get. Okay. Well, there's that music. Okay, who's not attacking? There we go. go. Darn it, turned around too fast. Ooh, topple. All three of us, too. That's good. Oh, that's probably a death for Shulk here. Yeah, it is. Save the heal, we'll see if we get revive here, and then we'll do that. There we go. Strength buff. If we can topple that, that'd be grateful. I'm actually not sure what the other characters have yet. There we go. That's a good drop. You know what? I should actually check out what they do have. Oh. I see who you are. Okay. Okay. What about you? Ooh. You're just Ryan. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Tell you what, we're actually gonna try this party instead. Just be careful of that thing. With magic. Slow it down. See, I knew that when Nebula would be attacking us too. Probably get closer. Yeah. Okay. And we're not getting the buffs from skills for reviving. Great. That's gonna be fun. Oops. That was, yeah, that was my fault. That wind burst. Granted, that did destroy the monster, so if I get to those chests, they'll still be there. We can get those. Technically counts as a death for them, too. Sorry, yep, it's Xenoblade. So I think we died over there somewhere, but that's okay. We'll just kind of keep following along this path here, see what else is here. Magna Axe, huh? Hey, there's a unique. We'll let him keep doing his thing. For now. Huh. Oh, and we can still do the expert mode stuff. Okay. Okay. We'll go ahead and trigger that too here. Looks like it has separate save files as well. Okay, cool. Ooh.
鳥の人たちいっぱいですもん。
この地にはハイエンターしかいないのか？
この辺りじゃ見ない顔だな。
実は
そうか、それは災難だったな。だがコートに行くのはやめた方がいい。まあ以降にも転送装置は起動しないようにしてあるがな。
え、なぜですか？
お前たちを攻撃したのは防衛機構じゃなくて、俺たちが霧の王と呼ぶ化け物だ。
霧の王。
ああ、数ヶ月前に突如コートに現れたんだ。
見たところ近衛のようだが、そなたたちでも太刀打ちできないのか？
奴には剣はおろか、どんな攻撃も効かん。煙を相手にしているようで、まるで手応えがないのだ。
幽霊はビーム撃たないもん。
それで霧の王ですか？
俺たちは故郷を守るため決死の覚悟で戦ったが何もできず、一人また一人と倒れていった。霧の王の攻撃は苛烈を極め、結局俺たちは他のハイエンターと他種族の者を連れ、故郷コートを捨て落ち延びることを選んだ。
そのようなことが。
無念を抱えた魂は未だ故郷にある。俺たちの故郷コートに。だが弔うことすらできぬ。
マクシスさん。
なんだ？
転送装置の起動の仕方を教えてください。
シュルク、何を？
お前、俺の話聞いていなかったのか？
聞いていました。
だったらわかるだろ。
それでも僕らは行かないといけないんです。ジャンクスを直せばみんなここから脱出できます。それにコロニー9に戻ればコートを取り戻す計画も立てられます。
ダメだ。
どうしてですか？
シュルク、俺たちが何もしてなかったと思うのか？
え？
俺たちもバカじゃない。やれることはやったんだ。だがな、故郷に帰りたい、そんな叶わぬ夢を見てたくさんの命を失ったんだ。
マクシズ、
お前たちの気持ちはよくわかる。だから俺のこう言わなければならない気持ちも分かってくれ。
どうしよ
あの様子では説得は難しいな。
キノたち帰れないもん。
お困りのようですね、メリア陛下。
何者だ？なぜ私の名を？
これは失礼をいたしました。私はゲルガーと申します。かつてコート警備隊として身辺警護を行っておりました。
そうであったか。こちらこそ失礼をした、ゲルガー殿。だが陛下はやめてもらおう。
何をおっしゃいます、メリア陛下。
He put a star. He put asterisks with that too.
我々根血が新たな時代の担い手として選ばれたのです。
Oh boy.
そしてあなた様は我らの象徴、陛下と呼ばずして何と呼びましょう。
担ぎ上げられるつもりはない。特に祖先を愚弄する貴様などにはな。
愚弄などととんでもありません。私は真実を申し上げたまでです。
まあよい。だが陛下と呼ばれるのは迷惑だ。
それでは致し方ございません。ご理解がいただけるまではメリア様とお呼びいたします。
eyes, eyes.
助かる、ゲルガー殿。
とんでもございません、メリア様。
ゲルガーさん、僕たちどうしてもコートに行かないといけないんです。
はい、マクシスとのやりとりは聞いておりました。公主が凱旋をするというのにあやつは何も理解をしておりません。転送装置に手をかざすと解析装置による認証が始まります。認証はこの地にいる一部のハイエンターと皇族のみが通るように細工がされております。ですのでメリア様であれば問題なく起動いたします。
墓所の防衛機構と似たようなものか。
これでコートに渡れるね。
ああ、
やっとも、ゲルガーさんいい人も。ありがとうございますもん。
いえいえ、メリア様に仕えるものとして当たり前のことです。メリア様に差し支えがなければこのゲルが友として堂々いたします。剣にも多少の覚えはありますのでご安心ください。
申し出はありがたいが遠慮しておこう。戦力は足りているか。
そうですか。必要な時はいつでもお声掛けください。
わかった。ところでゲルガー殿、ここには兵士しかいないようだが、共に脱出した者たちはどこに？
ここより下ったグランデル城壁の先に住んでおります。
離れて暮らしているというのか。
はい、向こうにはマシーナがいますので。
どういう意味？
お忘れですか？先の大戦はマシーナの裏切りから始まったものです。それがなければ同胞も故郷も失う。
マシーナと相入れなかったから離れたというのか。
そうです。
もう対戦は終わったことではないか。
まだ終われないものもいるのです。
メリア、ひとまずコートに行ってみ。
ああ、そうだな。ゲルガー殿、我々はこれで失礼。
道中お気をつけください。コートは岩門洞窟を抜けた先にあります。
ゲルガーさん、いろいろありがとう。
また来るも体に気をつけてくださいですもん。
皆様もお気をつけて。
Okay. Alright, so we will do the...
Yeah.
Alright, so now we have an ether pick. Oh, so we just get straight up gems from here now. Okay, we get higher quality gems with that. Okay. Magnet X.
Yeah.
When water elementals.
兄弟のみんな、母ちゃんに迷惑かけてないか心配も
ん。ねえねえ、ここにいたんだ。
どうかしましたの？
キノが探してたよ。転んですりむいたとかなんとか。
しょうがない子ですもん。後で背中よしよししてあげるとしますもん。
ネネはお姉さん。そういえばネネはここで何。
最果て村のことを少し思い出してましたもん。
そっか。ネネは以前あそこで暮らしていたんだよね。
はい、村の外のマクナ原生林でよく兄弟たちと。
その頃も兄弟たちの面倒。
もちろんですもん。ノポンの男はぐうたらばかりですもん。母ちゃんだけじゃ手に負えないから。
Just gonna keep that.
ネネもよく父ちゃんや兄弟たちの面倒を見てましたもん。
リキが聞いたらなんて言うだろうね。
特に父ちゃんが村の勇者に選ばれてシュルクさんたちについていっちゃった後なんか、兄弟たちが食うも食うもで家中てんやわんやでしたもん。
へえ、そうだったんだ。リキが僕たちについていっちゃった後、それってもしかして。
はい、ネネはシュルクさんたちと仲良くなるよりもっと前、1年前の最果て村で一度お会いしてますもん。父ちゃん、腹グーグーだもん。父ちゃん、ご飯も。父ちゃん、飯も。
そうだったの？ごめん、全く気がつかん。でも今のネネとあの時のネネとじゃだ。
ノポンはだいたい10歳から15歳くらいに成長期に入りますもん。だから1年前のネネと今のネネが同一人物だって。
だとしても驚いたよ。ノポン族が1年でこんなに大きくなるなんて知らなかったからさ。
ふふん、シルクさんもこれからはドーンと成長したネネを
ノポン族はたくましいね。僕たちホムスもみんな。
That's right. Always count on the Nopon.
でもネネも最近ちょこっとだけ。シュルクさんたら食いし。
僕じゃ。
ネネがすぐにご飯のささ。シュルクさんは
ねえねえ。そっか。昨日の面倒を見ているからしっかりしているように見えたけど、ネネだって子供なんだ。やっぱり寂しいよね。
Yeah, their arms, their wings.
本当にお腹グーグーになっちゃいましたもん。
うん、わかったよ。みんなを呼んでくるね。それからみんなと一緒にご飯を作ろう。その方がきっと楽しいよ。
シュルクさん、はいですもん。
All right. Oh, by the way, don't fall. That's my big tip for the day. I guess to say, I'm not sure how much of Xenoblade you know, but it's basically what it is this takes place after the original game. So we're just sort of soaking this all in, and I guess we'll do some quests. Do some questing. Also avoid those big birds for now. They're a little too. I can beat one, but if it comes in during a battle, it's a little rough. Though we start at level 60 here, everything else also does. So that is what it is. go. See if it gives us our drop. It does. So let's hunt those down. Oh, it's spiking. So a couple of mechanics here to kind of worry about when you're playing Xenoblade 1 specifically. The stats to buff... the stats used for debuffs are you want to break, topple, and then daze. That is a good combination to stop an enemy from attacking and doing its auto attacks on you. That's kind of the primary reason you want to do that. Sometimes, however, an enemy can cause a spike effect to happen. The spike effect will activate whenever you see the you'll see the name change up there to a spike, to have like those purple symbols across it. That's a spike effect happening at the same time. That can cause either debuffs or just straight up damage to you whenever you attack, and doing any auto attack or art attack. When the exclamation points appear on art down at the bottom, that's our art palette. That means in Xenoblade Definitive Edition added those exclamation points. It means you're in the best position to take full advantage of that art. And specifically for Shulk here, it's typically position. One of them does adds a effective defense down whenever you attack from the side. In fact, it's the red one right here. It's Slit Edge. Attack from the side to lower physical defense. And backslash, attack from behind to deal additional damage. If you are attacking from the behind, it will do a lot more than just additional damage. It does quite a bit. Combine it with a Slit Edge, though, defense down, you can actually do a lot more damage. Now, the enemy turned around there real quick, so we're no longer behind it. Do a Physical Arts Plus. Okay, there we go. Now let's do a from behind. It does a lot. Okay, good. I just kind of give a little bit of explanation as to what's actually happening here, because it looks like there's a lot going on, but it's just kind of paying attention to a couple things at a time and just keeping an idea of what it, you know, just kind of... Ooh. Okay, so what happened there is that enemy specifically targets you on sight. There's a symbol above them that looks like an eye. That means that enemy will attack on sight. And aggro, basically aggro. If you know, like, MMO terms, I'll use some of those then. They'll become aggressive on sight. Now, some will become aggressive in different ways. Another one is sound. If you are walking at a normal pace, you will make enough sound to be targeted by that specific enemy. And the other one is the symbol above. See that green thing there is an ether. They target whenever ether is used around them in a certain location. So that's sort of the main mechanics at work here for Xenoblade. I know it can be a little... It is a bit overwhelming, but at first, and like I said, I think I've said this before on stream, I did not like Xenoblade when I first played it. It took me restarting my file after a bit of time to really start enjoying it. Now I really like it now, but I know it's kind of a weird place. That's a weird... Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. Okay. That's a leg Ardoon. So let's go ahead and try and see what that one does. It's level 63, but it's not that big of a level bump. As long as only one's attacking, we should be alright. Now, the other thing in the middle of the art gauge is the talent art. In Shulk's case here, it's Activate Minato. It puts Shulk into Minato mode, which allows him to do other various effects. It's a whole different set of art palette for Shulk. He's the only one with that specifically. Other characters are going to have different types of talent art. Some of them are beneficial, and actually there's a couple that are not beneficial in the main game. Like Charlotte's, for example, she has to recharge after using a certain number of arts, and that her talent art is she has to stay in place and reload. If we go to the arts here, Melia's is Elemental Discharge. The more magic she uses, the more she can then discharge that magic, and then when it will fill up a second meter, and she'll go into burst mode, which increases her abilities a lot, and allows her to use certain other arts. Charla, not Charlotte. Charla, who's not in this game so far. I don't think she'll be in here right now, but in the main game of Xenoblade, she is there. Looks like our girl here has Glad Taunt. Okay, so she can just taunt an enemy, just straight up. And then doze off, diffuses the feeling of panic from overusing arts. Okay, so he has the same thing as basically the same thing as Charla. So overusing arts causes him to doze off. Okay, that's cute. So he is primarily support. Which Melia works really well to support too. So yeah, it's having us hunt these down too. Oh, this now inflicts art seal. Awesome. Let's slow it down. Watch out for it. And that's a daze. And of course, another enemy saw us and joined in. These are Machina variants of these two. That's interesting. There we go. So let's return those items here. Let's complete that quest. If he's available. Oh, it's inactive. Rudra jacket and Rudra hood. It's a treasure of Rudra. Okay, nobody's gonna get that. Rex jacket. That's cute. Alright, so we still have equipment stuff. Okay. Probably not as much equipment from the oh, we do have our stuff from the oh, we can use our stuff from the game, from the main game. That's cool. For that I at least found. For the main game, okay. I bet they only have a couple here. Okay. Awesome. Oh shit, I wonder if I get these outfits in the main game too. Oh. I'll check that out for New Game Plus one day. I can foresee myself replaying Xenoblade again at some point with New Game Plus on with this version. Especially with that especially with its expert mode, because that's like really, really good. They took that straight from Xenoblade 2 of being able to change your levels. That's a very, very good feature. Of just having a pool of EXP and you be able to just adjust the level as you want. I think that's just a really cool idea. And great, I know that's in other games as well too, but I don't see it often enough. And that's just a really cool idea. I'm just adjusting stats to what you want them to be. In a way. Even lowering them if you want to. In just a kind of a simple way. Basically not complicated. I can't do complicated. I don't think that good. Is what I want to say. I do like this battle theme though. Ooh, someone's jumping. There we go, we hit it. And another manga Ansel. Okay. As much as I know about Xenoblade, I don't know as much about the development of Xenoblade as much as I probably should. But there's a couple things I do know. One, I actually remember when Xenoblade was first teased in Nintendo Power because I was a subscriber then. But it was not called Xenoblade, it was called Minato, Beginning of the World. The other thing I do know, however, is that this area here was originally meant to be in Xenoblade. It was an area that was removed, and it looks like they just kind of reused that art, whatever assets they could have made. I don't know exactly what they made before, but the Biana shoulder was always something that was going to be there. It's just kind of neat them reusing that for this at least. And I'm not expecting this to be as long as, say, like even like Torna the Golden Country. I don't know how long this is even, but so far, I mean, yeah, so far it is definitely Xenoblade, which is fine by me. Even if it's just a little more Xenoblade, I'm good with that. Though I will admit, I'm ready for Monolith to go ahead and do something else. I'm very looking forward to whatever they have at all. Whether it be Xenoblade or not, to be honest. I'd rather it not be Xenoblade. I'd rather them work on something else. Because I feel it's pretty complete as to what it is right now. But if it is more Xenoblade, I'm not going to complain either. I'm sort of in that position where I've got 3 good games out of this. I'm good with that. Whether Xenoblade X does get its follow-up or not, I don't know. But, you know, I still like that game too. You react to ether as well. Interesting. Big frog. It's a brog. So another thing you can do with enemies, if they're too close to other enemies for your liking, you can always do this. You can lure them over to you a little further away. Sometimes, though, it doesn't work and other enemies will follow along with them. It's kind of hard to tell what they would be, but if they are the same type gathered around, a good chance that it could be a gathering of enemies you have to fight anyway. But sometimes it doesn't, and it's always a good idea to try it, just to see if you are underleveled and you don't want everything attacking you at once. It's a good way to try it, just kind of see what would happen. And you can always run as far away as you can, while other things also chase you. But that's another solution. He's a big boy, but you know, it's fine. Big boy's still good. Oh good, we're about level 61 right now, almost 62. Yeah, like I said, I've got multiple releases of Xenoblade. I have actually got all of them except for the digital one that came out on Wii U. It's the only one I don't have. Even that 3DS version, man, that 3DS version is impressive, but wow, it's something. It's impressive, not in the good, not always good though. It does not have the Japanese voice option, so that is my main issue with it, though. Besides it also being on 3DS and kind of it's a weird version. This game looks like something at 240p, though. Might be less than that if you use them in 3D. Uh-oh. Amelia, I agree. Tend to. He's a pun specter. Oh no. Uh-oh. Ooh. The Pond Spectres are an elite band of surveyors. Split between red, blue, and yellow teams. If you can befriend members from all three teams, structures will get a new kind of special attack. Uh-oh. Numbers 12 members. Okay. There's two. Let's go. Still a bit of an area to look at in this game. Oh, there's recommended levels for Quest Tier 2, huh? Okay. Okay. That's not bad. Doomhawks. Oh, so we do have extra extra assistance in battle. There we go. Blue team. So they're part of the Pawn Spectre report. Okay. Okay. I wonder what other there's any other areas that would actually be on here. Maybe Alchemoth, that might be it. I don't know. Again, I have kind of no idea what else is in here. Okay. There we go. There we go. And then that's a good level up again. Whew. It's a big drop. Now this Necropolis Gate. Uh-oh. Ooh. So we want to be careful in here. That enemy is level 73. So I said before, there are some enemies that are that trigger during sound, or when a sound is made. Those enemies are the case. Or at least when a large sound, like when walking. So when they hear, not when they see, though. So you can actually just walk right past them and be good. But yeah, it... There we go. Though. Just kind of looking around a little bit before I... Though that enemy is on sight. So we probably want to be out of here. We can come back. All right. The 12 Nopon are gonna follow the whole time, aren't they? Oh, all right. Should be no problem. I'll go into this cave here and we'll see if there's there was another Nopon through the cave. Okay, it's just through here. Okay.
メリア。
メリアちゃん、どうしたの？お腹痛いですもん？いや、そうではない。盟友の岬での話を思い出していてな。私は思い違いをしていた。大戦が終わり、平和が訪れ、道半ばとはいえ復興も進み、皆笑っているものと思っていた。そう、ここの者たちも平和を享受しているものと思っていた。だがそうではなかった。
大戦の傷跡はまだ消えていない。
ああ、故郷を追われた者、光を求める者、反目し合う者、未だ笑いの者たちがいるというのに、私はのうのうと。
のうのうとなんてしていなかったよ。コロニー9のハイエンターのため、いや、残された全ての人たちのため。メリアは昼夜を惜しんでダンバンさんやオダマさんたちと指揮を執っていた。だからみんなの笑顔があるんだ。
そうも、元気出すもん。昨日父ちゃん母ちゃんいなくなったけど元気になったもん。昨日。そうですもん。昨日毎日泣いてたですもん。トイレも一人じゃ行けなかったですもん。姉ちゃん、急に何言ってるもん。そんなことは今メリアちゃんの励ましにならないもん。そうですかもとにかくもう希望捨てちゃダメもん。父ちゃん言ってたもん。希望。
ハイエンターの希望、それはそなた自身が選んでなるものと。それを忘れなければ資格など後からついてくる。
お前はハイエンターの希望、テレシア化することのないそなただけが巨神が蘇った後もハイエンターの高騰を継いでいける。我らの苦しみを止める。
A lot happened in Xenoblade.
みんなありがとう。私がここで何をなすべきか見えた気がする。
行こう。
A lot happened. I don't know how much I really want to say happened, and, you know, just kind of go into details exactly. They've kind of gone to a little bit enough. There is a little bit, looks like there is still a little bit of tension between the Machina and some high-end Tia. Many of them are fine. Many of the Machina weren't even part of that part of the war. It was really just one Machina. Still, it's a lot. Need of helping. The shoal of Wapol Sardi that ate Elvling snack. Oh, good. Those. Well, we have to go take out some fish because they still snack. And you don't go around stealing Nopon snacks. That's not good. If we can get him over here, that'd be good. Dazed. There we go. There's two. Okay, must be the enemy's body. There you go. Okay. Now we have to get one more of them over here and then kill it. Yeah, once you enter water, you can't do any actions, so that's the main problem here. Missed. There we go. Ultra slap. Shoot. Undid itself. We may have gotten too far away from its actual point of hating us. Let's try this again. Oh shoot, dazed. Okay. Someone wake us up. There we go. There we go. And we can go back and report that we have avenged the Nopon's food. I need more Okab, huh? Oh. No, we're good. Not gonna eat it now. They're gonna They want something else. So we got more Cobb. It's all good. That's good. 30,000. Okay, so there's other ones over here. Okay. Stuff over here, stuff over here. This is our actual destination. And then more stuff over here. Awesome. Ooh, not targeting me. Let's build that talent gauge. Okay, Bargus Nebula, that has a spike effect whenever you target it and attack. So we're going to actually get rid of that spike for a bit. One of the Minato abilities is to be able to remove spike. It's a very useful one. Probably one of the most useful ones. Not quite the beginning of the game, for like when you get it. But its usefulness becomes more apparent as the game goes on. Until enemies can just resist it. It's not powerful enough, like some of the final bosses. No Telethia, at least, to deal with. We did see the Telethia in the intro, so I'm a little wondering if we'll be fighting some leftover Telethia. Big butt hyena. Yep. Ooh, there's a unique enemy here. So I've not fought any unique enemies quite yet, just because of level differences. Now this thing actually sends out other enemies, so that's always fun. There we go. I think I already said that we won't get armor drops from enemies, but we will get weapon drops. Oh. Uh-oh. Toppled. Anyone? Help me up? Okay. Oh, we're toppled again. Oh, that's probably why. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's a death. Oops. Actually, I do want to check out... some hodes. Okay. Weather clear, time of day. I can change the time of day. Oh, it has to be afternoon. Weather clear. Oh shoot, it started raining. Oh, that's my luck. And now we need an active party. Okay. Then we have it. If I can hit the right buttons. See, there we go. Hit the right buttons. That's how we do it.
Kino, あんまりそっちに行っちゃダメだよ。足をす。
ここなら大丈夫も。それにしても不思議な光景も。足よりも下に雲があるも。
本当だね。僕もこんなに高いところまで来たのは初めてだよ。
ちょっと雲が下にあるということは、この大陸は雲よ。
そうだよ。最果て村があったマクナ原生林やエルト海よりもずっと上に浮かんでいる。
不思議も。この大陸は
確か古いこの巨神方には僕らよりもずっと高度な文明を持っていた巨人族が住んでいたみたいなんだ。昨日はエルト海の上に多くの島が浮いていたのを知ってる？
知ってるもん。小さな島がたくさん浮かんでて不思議な光景だったもん。
巨人族は浮かぶ性質を持つ浮遊石を加工して利用する技術を持っていたんだ。
すごいもん。エルト海で浮遊石をいっぱい集めてこの大陸を浮かせたもん。
もしかすると逆かもしれないね。ここにたくさんあった浮遊石を。
なるほどもう。昨日とても。
ただしこの話には今までこの大陸にはホムスはもちろんハイエンターも来たことがなかった。 だから本の作者も憶測で書いたところがあるから。
いやいや、きっと合ってるもん。シュルクの言うことに間違い。シュルクは何でも知ってるもん。
いや、僕は何でも知っているわけじゃないよ。
父ちゃんはシュルクのことを頭が良くて何でも知っててそれにかっこよくてやると。
そうなの。なんだかちょっと恥ずかしくなってきた。
恥ずかしがることはないもん。すごくいいことだもん。シュルクは父ちゃんの一番のお供だって言ってたもん。父ちゃんの次。
そうか。力らしいね。
Ricky is a Nopon party member from the from the main game, and he's a good boy. But I think I'm gonna keep Nene here instead. And real quick, actually, I want to check something. Just to keep my oh shoot. Okay, that's adorable. There we go. I knew something was missing. I knew something was missing. There we go. Much better. There's our continuity for my previous playthrough that I just did. Now if only Ryan were here, I can keep him without pants. As he should be. I guess I could keep Shulk without pants instead. That'd be alright. That's okay. No. And that was a motorcycle. Or a vehicle. I actually can't see it. Not from here. Now there is a... I was just curious to see if we can make this. We might not be able to. It might be a little too far. We're gonna find out! Oh, nope, that's too far of a drop. Okay. Alright, that was too far of a drop. So I'm gonna go back over here to our... Maybe we'll take out our first unique enemy for this, which was over here. That one over there. That one. Yep, nope, we're gonna do them all. Okay. Yeah, focus attacks, take out the little ones first, and then we'll go for the big one. There we go. Oh. So much for my speed enchant. Alright, best solution. We took out the little ones, run away. Ooh, it's going far. There we go. Now we'll go back over to it, and we'll see if it, I don't think they respawned at all. Hopefully not. we go. Alright, there we go. And that was a unique enemy. Usually when that song plays and you trigger it, and you trigger the enemy and counter yourself, you're like, okay, here we go. And when you hear that song when you're just walking, it's typically a bad sign. It means you might want to keep walking. Because some unique enemies trigger on sight. That one did. But it's, but it was a, not too bad, at least. Okay. Right. Now we're about level 63 ourselves. Though curious. What level can we be at with our, added EXP? Here we go. Okay, so they're still... They can increase up a little more, though. Okay. Alright. So let's go back over here. Looks like the only way to go in there is to go through this, Baro Plaza area. Oh, hey, there's a passage right here. Should I do a... Actually, let's do a... Oh, this poor little Nopon. Oh well. Now it's on our... large set of Nopon army that we are amassing. Slowly but surely. And they're all following us, so that's adorable. Or painful, depending on your view of the Nopon. So these are the ones that killed me previously. We're gonna try something. Let's build up that event. Let's build up that party gauge a little bit. We're gonna try something here. starts going south, I'll try it. Maybe I don't need to now. You know, I think I need every one of a specific... Okay, maybe that's it. I need every one of a specific type. Too many enemies targeting me at once. We got revive Milia now. Crap, that's death. Oh, well. So let's see here. Let's keep going. Probably go a little further here just to see what else we have to look forward to here. Lots of small quests, I'm assuming, and a lot of various enemy encounters. Oh crap. Tell you what, I'm gonna try just running and see what happens. For now, then I'll come back and attack more enemies. I'll see if we made it. So it's a landmark, so now we can warp here. Any of those landmarks you can warp, you can quick move to. Jungle quad wings, huh? So there's a lot of enemies from the from the previous game here, but they're just kind of higher level. Doomhawks. Go. We got it. This is Rogu. Oh no. These things attack on sight and relentlessly. Just gonna work my way over to there and see what's up.
もかかってこいですもん。いいかも。
ストリームエッジ。
行くですもん。行くですもん。決めるもん。バスカルバト。
There we go. There we go.
警戒を怠らないようにな。
Swirly slash.
シュルクか。
何を見ていたんだい？ああ、ここからならコートがよく見えるもんね。
こうしてコートを目の当たりにすると身が引き締まるというか、自分の立場というものを改めて考えさせられてな。
そっか。
先の戦いでテレシア化していった同胞たち、その悲しみを胸にこの地で生き抜いてきた同胞たち、そして父上や兄上に託されたハイエンターの希望という言葉、それらを全て受け止めることができる公主とはどうあるべきなのだろうと。情けないことだが、私は未だその答えを見つけられないでいる。
メリア。
シュルク、そなたならわかるのではないか。あの戦いで未来を見続けてきたそなたなら。
僕、最近よく考えるんだ。ビジョンって何だったんだろうって。ダンザが望んだ未来、それを見ていたのは確かなんだけど、その未来を否定し続けることで道を切り開いてきたことも確かだと思うんだ。でもビジョンが使えなくなった今、こうも考えるんだ。それって本当に自分自身の意志で未来を決めていたのかなって。
それはそうかもしれないが、だが私はそなたに何度も助けられた。それはビジョンがあったからではない。そなた自身が決断し行動したからではないのか。だからこそ私は少しずつ変わっていけたのだ。笑うところではないだろう。
ごめん、そうだよね。僕もだからこそ選びたいんだ。ザンザが望む未来でもなく、ザンザを否定した僕たちだけが望む未来でもない、この世界に住む一人一人、その全員で決めていける未来を。
一人一人か。父上や兄上が望んだ未来とは何だったのだろうな。
そんなのビジョンが使えなくたってわかるさ。メリアが幸せでありますようにさ。
やはりシュルクにはかなわんな。そなたの言う通りだ。ハイエンターの希望とは自分自身が選んでなるもの、そう教えてくれたのは父上だった。恐れることはない、そう励ましてくれたのは兄上だった。私は焦りと郷愁に駆られて大切なことを見失うところだった。これではまた父上に大バカ者と言われてしまうところだったな。礼を言うぞシルク。
メリア。
答えを見つけられないことが罪なのではない。答えにたどり着こうとする歩みを止めてしまうことが罪なのだ。この地に生き残ったハイエンターたち、いやハイエンターだけではない、 この世界で手を取り合う全ての人たちが等しく未来を決めていけるよう、これから先も歩んでいきたい。それが今
メリアならきっと実現できるよ。でもその実現にはとても困難な道が待っていると思うんだ。だから今はそれを支えさせてほしい。それは僕の望む未来でもあるから。
シュルク、ああ、頼りにしているぞ。
Ooh. Now that music change is, uh-oh. So that music is the, RFC music. It was until we were so rudely interrupted by Mora here. It happens, though. You're enjoying a piece of Xenoblade music and a giant manta ray just comes out from behind you and says, "Hey, I'm gonna play." So we're gonna play. We're gonna play as much as it wants. For interrupting my beautiful Xenoblade listening music session that I was enjoying. And I was fully enjoying it. Now the one thing is that the game is no longer warning us when an enemy is going to use a talent art. We have to kind of prep it ourselves. That's wonderful. That's a little bit different. Because we do have a way to block talent arts using Shulk's Monado, but we just have to kind of know the tell ourselves, and Shulk also needs the talent to do the talent gauge field to do so. And it doesn't use all of his talent gauge, but it will be a bit. I'm gonna go in for a little bit further here, streaming wise, just to see what else there is. Okay, it's one of these guys. Not too worried level-wise. Now, it doesn't block regular attacks, nor does it block art attacks, but it blocks talent arts, which are denoted with a Roman numeral ahead of behind them. And if an enemy does try to use one of those, then we can you can block it. Or we can use speed to have the enemy just straight miss whoever they're targeting for a while, unless if they're dazed like that. That doesn't help. Now that's a talent, or that's a level 7. Ooh, faded ID tag. That's interesting. The level 7 art can only be blocked by a shield of level 7. And Shulk's level, that level can be raised by going to Monado Arts and leveling them up. Like shield here. We probably would actually raise that a little bit. We have some things I can at least do a level 8 for that. Backslash and Slit Edge are like my go-tos mostly. And then Light Heal. Shadow Eye's good. I hardly ever use Battle Soul, but it's somewhat useful in a pinch. As for hers, let's do my staples for her. And her, I'll just focus on what she has available right now. Mild down. So, okay. So, what Ryan's is called wild down. Hers is called mild down. Okay. hangry. Oh yeah, she has some of the other stuff that, okay. She has a couple neat aura things. Then he's basically Charla here. I'll focus on him a little bit later. Oh. That's a lot of Telethia.
なぜこんなにたくさんのテレシアがここに集まっているのだ。
転送装置あったです
あれ、
どうした？
装置が起動している。
本当だな。
なんでかも。
誰かが使ったのかもしれない。
どちらにしろ進む以外方法はない。
そうだね、行こう。
I haven't saved the whole time. I'll go for a little bit here. We can go check that out and see what's up with Alchemoth.
懐かしいな。
メリアちゃんち草ボーボーも。
Need some weeding. Housekeeping's been slacking off.
そうだな。みんなで大掃除をしないとな。どうした？
上の亀裂見て。
なんだあれは。
お空に
ありえない。こんなこと。
今のこの世界は生まれてから日が浅い。だから不安定なのかもしれない。いや、まだ再生中ってこともある。
それでこんなことが。
わからないけどね。
霧の王とやらもひょっとしたらその狭間に。
その可能性もあるね。
となると近くに潜んでいるかもしれん。
霧の王なんてへっちゃら。キヌ、後ろに霧の桃。なんて冗談。姉ちゃんひどいもん。
子供の声。
上からだ。
Oh boy. One's high Intiath of Heathers? That sounds a little rough, actually. I know the big quest is up there, but we should go over here and look at these high Intiath feathers real quick. They look easy to find. If those are all 5 of them right there. We should be alright. They are, okay. Oh man. Nippon, alright. Does need housekeeping. Needs some extreme weeding. To be fair, Alchemoth went through some stuff in in Xenoblade near the end, so makes sense. All right, we got it. I see he's part of Red Squad. Best friend of bird people. Alright, whatever you say. Ooh, topple +4. Ooh. From all three teams, you have unlocked the ability to perform a special coordinated attack, the Union Strike. Doing so requires spending 3 bars to the party gauge, as deals damage to enemies in wide area, has extra effects. There are 3 variations. Red Comet, Blue Caress, Regen, and Debuff Immunity. And then Yellow Chaos forces Daze and Strength down. Okay, so yeah, finding these prospectors or pawn specters, excuse me, are very useful. Nevlica Road. Oh, yikes. Go. Oh. There we go. Here we go. Oh, we got it.
だといいけど。なんだ、亀裂が。
あれは危ない。
今のは
どうしたのだシルク。
今の攻撃、ジャンクスを襲ったのと同じだ。
ということは
どうやらあいつが霧の王らしいね。
いかにもという感じだな。どうするシルク。
ダメ元でやってみよう。ねね。
わかったですもん。
シルクさんダメ。そいつには何も聞かないんだ。
メリア、キノ。
任せるま。これでも食らいま。
消し飛べ。
霧の王やっつけたま。
やはりマクシスの言った通りか。
メリア、一旦引こ
それが賢明だな。
Okay.
「ここまで来れば大丈夫だよ。あいつらは外までは追ってこられない。」何？それは本当なのか？うん。テレシアが守ってくれているんだって。テレシアが？そうラダムさんが言ってた。本人たちにはそんな意識。そうか。確かそなたの母上も。はい。あ、お礼がまだで助けてくれてありがとうございました。あのようなところになぜ一人で。危ないではないか。ごめんなさい。
怒られたもん。
He
余
got
計
to
な
hold.
こと言うなもん。
研究資料を取りに行っていたんです。だけど瓦礫に足を取られ。
それで気づかれたってわけ。転送装置が起動していたのもテトが。
はい。僕は研究のために特別に本当は姉ちゃんと一緒じゃないと。姉上がいたのか？いえ、血は繋がっていません。ここで一緒に暮らしているだけです。
確かテトの研究ってテレシアを元に戻す研究だったよね。
はい。あ、そうだ。あの禅の洞門を抜けた先に僕の研究所があるので来ませんか？その方がゆっくり話ができると思います。研究所を持っているのか？コートのほどではないのですけど。
霧の王とテトを襲った霧の王に似たモンスター、それにテレシアも関係しているならテトの研究から何かわかるかもしれない。
あ、僕を襲った。あ、霧の獣のこと？
霧のここではあいつのことをそう呼んでいるのかい？
霧の王がいるところには必ずいるのでそう呼ばれるようになりました。
そうなのか。
じゃあ僕は先に行ってます。案内してくれるのではないのか？ 掃除をしないと足の踏み場もないから。それじゃ待ってます。あ、おい。
行っちゃったね。
なぜ研究が好きなものは自分勝手なものが多いの。
She's looking at someone.
怒られたも自業自得ですもん。
You probably have it coming.
なんと愚かなこと。神の選択をなんと心得ておるのか。
Oh boy. Ooh, art manuals are open. Unique monsters and fog beasts. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we have done quite a bit already, I think. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I think we'll go ahead and stop here for now. Thank you all for coming out. I just wanted to kind of look at this myself, and I think kind of a first-time playthrough is kind of a good thing to stream, or like a first-time play is kind of a good thing to look at least for especially like Xenoblade content I'm just not aware of yet. So far this is actually pretty all right. We'll kind of keep it going here. I'll probably keep it going myself here. So I'll probably stream something else for tomorrow, which is the usual stream I do. I don't know if Polly's streaming yet, so I might do it around 6:30, or if she is streaming, I might do it. I'll probably do it afterwards instead. So probably about 9, like 8:30 or 9 or so. So we'll see where it goes. So I'll probably just keep that schedule going here. And as for what we'd stream tomorrow, I don't know. It might be more of this. It could be something else entirely that I just think of on a whim. Typically Sunday I've been doing Falcom, but I just switched it up today since I wanted to look at this. But thank you all for coming out. Thank you very much, and I will see y'all some other time.